Hello, everybody. How are you this fine Thursday? I hope everybody's good. Let me see if I can find myself. Okay, found myself. And I thought I had the volume turned down. There we go. Now the volume's turned down. So I hope everybody is doing good on this wonderful hot. Oh my gosh, it got hot in Georgia. It got super hot. Okay, so today we're going to watercolor. I don't want anybody to freak out. Y'all do know I am not an artist, right? Like, I mean, I think I make pretty cards, but an artist is not what I am. But watercoloring is not hard. We are going to do a watercolor wash, a watercolor background. And first I'll show you some cool things that I've made in the past. And then we'll make a few today just to show you how easy it is. So here's one that I just made this afternoon. See how pretty that background is? I mean, and it's not hard. Thanks for sharing my video, Kay. I appreciate that. So here's some, now this stamp is retired. Don't shoot me, because this was one of my favorites. But hello in Connecticut. But look at how pretty that background is. Is that not just one weekend, actually? I went to Florida to visit a friend and stayed in her beach house. And the weather was kind of nasty, so we just stayed in and played. So look at this one. You can make it as funky as you'd like. I mean, or as not funky as you'd like. Watercoloring is, look, I'll just lay some of these out here so you can see them all at the same time. So, see, it doesn't have to be hard. Just a little bit of color. I think that's Magenta Madness. Don't tell anybody. We can just call it Polished Pink and we'll be okay. This is Mango Melody. Can you tell the Magenta Madness was my favorite color? Okay, again with the Magenta Madness. Look at how, look, you can wash it out and make it so the colors get really light, or you can leave them dark. Ooh, look, even the back of that one's pretty. So I'm going to give you some tips and tricks, and then I want you to play. So there are a few things we're going to need. Okay? So let's start with the tools. You are going to need a water painter. Okay? You are going to need, these are you gotta haves. You're going to need a spritzer. These are cheap. You're going to need some blocks. Well, you don't need blocks. But I'm going to use these as my palette. Okay? We're going to need watercolor paper. And we have the fluid watercolor paper that Stampin' UP sells. Or shimmery white cardstock. Which, if you ask Sandra Hernandez her opinion, the shimmery white cardstock is a better value if you're going to make cards. Okay? Because you get 10 sheets for I don't know how much. Let's look in the catalog. Let's look in the catalog, people. We get, it's back here in the back. You get 10 sheets for $10. So that's $1 a sheet. You can make 4 card fronts. Okay, so that's 25 cents a piece. That's not bad. The fluid watercolor paper, right here, is $9. And you get 10 sheets. But this is the sheet. I mean, it's not big. It is 5 by 7. Y'all can do math. Or maybe you can't. You can only get 1 card front out of there. You can get some extra pieces, but you can only get 1 big card front. So that's 1. That's like over $1 per thing. Okay, let's find the other piece that we need. So there, everything you need's in here. The Stampin' Spritzers right here. And it's $3.25 and you get 2 of them. Okay? Anybody, you can get them. Add them on the end of your order to make it, you know, to make it over whatever you're trying to get to. Water painters. These are $13. There's 3 of them. And they all hold water. So I'll show you how to, I like to use my Wink of Stella. I'll show you all that, I think. Unless I forget. Please don't let me forget. And you're going to need a roll of paper towels. You're going to need a lot of paper towels. This is like a messy thing. I don't mind getting messy. If you mind getting messy, this might not be the craft for you. But let's jump in. Let me show you how. So I have 1 piece of watercolor paper and the rest is shimmery white that I've already cut in card front size. Okay? So here's how this goes. You get your water spritzer, your spritzer, whatever it is, and you wet this paper. Now, you don't be gentle. You don't like go, ooh, there's a little bit of, no. You're gonna want it wet so it'll soak up the ink, okay? So you let that sit for a minute and you decide what color you want. Now, the first thing I want to play with is the ink colors because let's just face it, this is brilliant and so is this. And I think I'll go with that. What do you think about that? I think I'll put those on a card. So let's do it. Do we want to do it ombre? Let's do that. We're going to start with the green. Parakeet Party. Here we come. Okay. So this is how Sandra does it. I know that there are other ways. Now, so this is dripping wet. I don't really want it dripping wet, but I do want it to be wet all the way through. So I'm going to, and we can always add more water later. I'm going to take my block and I'm going to mash it. That's the technical term. Into the ink pad. So now my block is covered with ink. This is now my palette, if you will. Okay? So then you take your water painter and you spritz a little bit of water on here. And then you commence to coloring. Now, again, you can do it however you want. This is just, we can go back and add more color later. Okay? So this is how I'm going to start. And then I'm going to go with Tahitian Tide next. And here's my palette. I close these up because I'm a mess. And I'll get my hand right in there. Okay, so now all you have to do to get the ink off of here is just squeeze it a little bit and wipe it on some paper towel where you aren't using, okay? Get a little bit more water. Whoop. We might need more ink. I want that to be brighter. I might have used too much water. And that's okay. Ooh, look. And I kind of want to blend that together a little. Over here. And then I'm going to get the Orchid Oasis. Now, in order to clean that, all you got to do is wipe it off. Like I said, a whole roll of paper towels. You're going to want them. Look at how pretty that is. Ooh, ah. I don't even think I'm going to get that Orchid, the whatever that was. Tahitian Tide. I don't remember the names yet. I need a little bit of water. Ooh, look at how pretty. Okay, there's number one. As far as I'm concerned, that's a work of art. So let's set it off to the side because it has to dry. Okay. Now it has to be completely dry before you can do anything with it. And there are ways to help it. You can always get your heat gun and dry it that way. But you really like for them to wait overnight before I start to mess with them. Now we may have to get one out. I may have to use one that I've already made so I can actually make a card with you. Okay. Now what colors? Let's see. What colors do I want to play with next? Ooh, let's try the Starry Sky and Sweet Sorbet. Ooh, can we make like a red, white, and blue? Ooh. Let's make a red, white, and blue. Okay, so I have to wet my paper. So now this is the shimmery white. I know you can't really see it, but there's a little bit of shimmer to it. Let's wet this. The last time I was playing with these, we had before I was playing with this, we had the brushos. Okay, so I'm going to wet the back just so it'll lay flat. You don't need to wet the back. But in order to get the paper to lay flat, oh look, I have ink on the front of my card. It'll be okay. Okay, so here's another thing I have on my desk. So I don't have to go to the sink all the time. I have one of these cheap things, ketchup dispensers from the Dollar Tree. And I use it to refill my water things on my desk. Because I don't have a sink right here to go all the way into the other room. So, like I said, I use a lot of water. Okay. Let's see what happens. So this is Starry Sky. That is really a brilliant blue. I'm in awe, like I'm mesmerized, like I can't, the words won't even come out of my mouth. Ooh, let's watch that. Well, maybe I should do that at the end. Put some little splatters on there. Okay, let's get some Sweet Sorbet on here. Where's the Sweet Sorbet? I should probably do real red to make it actually red, white, and blue. That is a brilliant blue in watercolor. Let's try Sweet Sorbet. See what it looks like. Red and blue make purple. I'm going to need more. Look, I got to put something over here now. Because I flipped my card right over into that ink on my... We'll have to do another one of these. I'm a mess, I know. I might need more water in my water painter. Okay, I have to put another color over here. Let's put... It's not really... This one's not really going to be red, white, blue. Let's put the Tahitian Tide. I need another block. Because I goobered it up. And it's okay. We'll do a red, white, and blue one in a second. Did I tell you this was messy? I did, didn't I? Did I warn you? Trying to get some ink, some water to come out of my water painter. I don't know that I'm all that thrilled with these three colors together on this card front. I don't know. It's not really doing it for me. Okay, now I'm going to spritz it with water and see what happens. Maybe I just need to blend it all together, if I can. No. Okay, so this is not my favorite. Not that one. This one's the favorite so far. Okay, let's try something else. That really didn't do it. Okay, Hang on, I'm going to get more paper towels. I warned you this was messy, right? Okay. Look. I liked this one that I played with today. We'll let that dry. Maybe I can make it prettier later. An entire roll of paper towels. Get the entire roll. Don't be shy. Okay. All right. So let's see. If you have a sink in your room, you know, you're way ahead of me. In terms of convenience, let's clean these off a little. Because then you could just rinse these underwater. That's the great thing about our inks, they're water-based, so it rinses right off. No big deal. Rinses right off. Okay, so let's see. There has to be a trick to this. Maybe the shimmery white doesn't need to be that wet. Let's see. Okay. This one was really cool that I played with this morning. And so I think maybe I'll try that. Let's try that. Is it like Sahara sand or is it crumb cake? Let's try crumb cake. It looks like boho. Is that the word? And soft succulent. And like I'm looking. Mint macaron. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so here comes crumb cake. Let's try crumb cake first. See what happens. I think I need more water in here. Okay, let me show you a trick about the water painters. Most things you twist to the right to get them to open. This is not that way. It's backwards. So when you get yours and they don't open, twist it the other way. And after about a half an hour of fooling with it, maybe you'll remember, because I know it's not intuitive at all. It's backwards. So, see how it curls? But I don't really want to wet the back of it. I think that one was too wet. The one that I tried to make red, white, and blue. I think it was too wet. I know. I said it needed to be wet. The watercolor paper for sure needs to be wet. I think I want that to go a little bit higher. Okay, so then we're going to use mint macaron. And I really think I want this block to be cleaner before I stick it in mint macaron. Because I don't want starry sky colored ink in my mint macaron. I'm sure we could overcome that at some point, but ooh, mint macaron looks really light on here. Let's see if it actually is dark enough to. Ooh, I think it's gonna be pretty. Okay, so there's the mint macaron. And then we're gonna get soft succulent. Now I have them all opened on my desk because now I'm just like making a mess. I'm going to show you how to use the adhesive sheets too in a minute. So we can do, okay, so this is soft succulent. Hi, Peggy. Yeah, I'm liking this one. I think that's pretty. Okay, so now let me show you some things. We'll let that dry for a little while. A few minutes. And then I'm going to have every single ink pad that I own out here. And all mixed up in some order that I'll never be able to put them back over here. I have them in rainbow order over here, so I try to keep them in rainbow order. Just because it's easier for me to find things. Can we make like a yellowy one? Let's do that. Let's make a yellowy one. And then we'll be, ooh. What colors? Mango Melody, Crushed Curry, and Daffodil Delight. It'll just kind of be ombre. What do you think? You think it'll work? I'll start with Daffodil Delight. I don't know. I mean, let's see what happens. This is not a color combo I've used before. So, we'll see. Oh, wait. What happens if I don't wet my paper? Because I haven't wet my paper. What happens? Oh, I don't know. This is the shimmery white, and I have not wet it at all. Now there's a little bit of water over here on my... Yeah, that works. It's still watercolory. Okay, so there you go. Maybe we don't have to... So for watercolor paper, for sure, you need it wet. But for the shimmery white, it seems like it works okay. Oh, yeah. I think the shimmery white works okay. Just with the water from your brush. Okay, and then we'll do Mango Melody. At the top. There's not that much difference in these colors on this paper, is there? Let's see if we can get more Mango Melody to be more Mango Melody-ish. This is the middle one, right? We just made it ombre, that's all. So it goes from light to dark. Okay, now we'll go back to this first one that we did, and I'll show you some things that we can do to it now that it's a little bit dry. It's not dry enough to glue things to, but it's dry enough to play with. I probably got these all mixed up too. Okay, so you can take your you can spritz with this and make some water spots on it. And hopefully when those dry, you'll be able to see them. This is the watercolor paper that you can do the same thing with. You can take your... Let's get the yellow off of it. And get our water painter and just get some water here. Oop. And make big water splotches. And see what happens when those dry. Ooh, let's do it on this one too. And I'll show you one other thing. You might really be able to see it on this one with all the ink. You can see where there's a couple water splotches right there. You can get your, oh, I like this one. I'm like holding my breath over here. You can do the same thing with your Wink of Stella. You can get some of it, squeeze it out on here, and do the same thing. And wait, there's more. These are all the different kind of techniques you can do. Here's one more. You know what? You guys know I love to do this. Let's see what color I have. Crushed curry, that'll work. Let me move these out of the way because I don't want crushed curry spots on these cards. So you can flick with this now, and it's still damp, so the colors should run a little bit. See how they run? And see how the water splotches are making it kind of cool? Dip that water off the side. This is my favorite of the ones that we just made. This one's kind of neat. What color should I splatter that one with? Let's splatter it. Am I good enough to splatter the different colors? Watch, we can do it. I still have my markers in here. I haven't even used them yet. Okay, so let's splatter Tahitian Tide over here, or whatever color this is. Orchid Oasis. One of these days I'll know them, but that day is not today. There's Orchid Oasis. Wait, I need another paper towel. Now I'm just playing. This is Tahitian Tide. That one I got down. I can remember that one. And then this one over here is Parakeet Party. Parakeet Party. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, so here's my splattered card. I want some more of this. I want some more of that. Wink of Stella. Okay, so this is the card I want to play with. No, let's play with this one. I'm going to get the heat tool out. We're going to dry this a little bit and see if I can play with it. See if I can finish my card. Soak up that water spot. Woo, that one's pretty. Okay, let's go heat tool. So I'm going to play with the, what are they called? Adhesive sheets. And I'm going to do some of the sunflowers like I did here, and show you guys how to do that, okay? Hang on just a minute. Let's dry this a little bit. Okay, I can't find a plug. So maybe we'll have to do something different. Let's play with a different one. Okay, I'm going to put all this stuff away. Don't worry, I'm not done. I'll show you how to actually make something pretty out of it. So in order to get these to dry flat, sometimes I lay a book on them after they're a little bit dry. Or mostly dry, I lay a book on them. Or if you have the big, what's it called? Block. The one for background stamps. You can lay that on it. That flattens them very nicely. Okay. So, this one is like really, really wet. Okay, so let's clear this off. And get one of these that I had made before. Let's do this one. Okay, so here's one that I made before. Now, I'm going to use adhesive sheets. The adhesive sheets, let me show you those. These make your paper, whatever paper you want, into a sticker, basically. So, your adhesive sheets come 12 by 6, okay? There's 3 pieces of paper on one side and 3 pieces of paper on the back. They're covering for the adhesive, okay? So the way I do it is on the side that does not have the 3 pieces. So on the side that's all the 1 piece. This is the way I do it. I lay it down. I very carefully try to get that top layer to come off. Okay? And peel it back just a little bit so that now this is sticky. Okay? The top layer is not sticky, the bottom is sticky. Okay? So then I lay my whatever I want to cut out. Today we're just going to do white and lay it down there. Okay? So now I have my basic white and I have my adhesive coverings are still on the back. Okay? Then I can get my die and I'm going to use the sunflower because I love this sunflower. And we get our cut and emboss machine and we just cut it out just like usual. Now, I'll show you about the little tiny pieces, okay? So let's get this through here and then I'll show you. So, this die has 100 million tiny little pieces to it. And so when you, with the adhesive on the back, all those pieces kind of stay, okay? I'll show you. Don't freak out like you have to, oh my goodness, we have to cut out. No, watch. I'll show you. It's really easy. It's actually easier than with normal. So once you get it out of the die, you can peel back your layer here so it'll be sticky. And all of the, see how all the pieces come out? You don't have to do a thing. They all just come right out. Except for that one. He's ornery and I don't know why. So, see, now these little guys right here, I don't worry about them. I just leave them right there. They don't bother me a bit. Look at how pretty. So that's how easy adhesive sheets are. Now you don't have to worry about that little guy coming off there. He's stuck because the whole thing is stuck. Now, on your paper with your adhesive on the back, don't throw it away. You can die cut over here and get that little piece and die cut over here. Now I've already done this. I have a lot of it over here, which is what we're going to use if you want to cover the whole thing. Now on this one, I'm not real sure that I want to. This one, yes, I want to cover the whole paper. This one, I think I'm just going to leave it just like that. What do you think? Do you think I want to cover the, I don't think I want to cover the rest of it. I think I just want to leave it with just the one sunflower on it. That I'm going to leave it with just the one sunflower on there. And I'm going to get a scrap piece of paper. I can't wait to play with that one. Maybe it'll dry enough while we're sitting here talking. I'm going to stamp in Mango Melody, because I'm sure that's what color that is. I'm going to stamp Thanks a Bunch. And I'm going to try to get it straight. Ooh, I think I got it straight. And then I'm going to trim it because it's too big for my card. So, with my handy dandy paper trimmer, I'm going to trim that end, and then I think I'm going to trim this at 3/4 of an inch because I think that's the right size. And then I'm going to punch the end to make it, if you don't have a punch, you can always use your scissors. But I have a punch that fits 3/4 inch piece of paper right into that little groove. If I can get it to slide down, because it fits really well 3/4 of an inch. It's like it was made for it, because it was. It actually cuts a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and an inch. Look at my hands. Lava soap, people. Lava soap will get that ink off. Okay, so this guy's gonna go right there with some dimensionals. There they are. My desk is a mess. You can only imagine. If you have any imagination at all and saw what we just did, you would know what my desk looks like. So, thanks a bunch. I'm going to line it right up there. And I think that this is the right size for that. Is that the right color? Or is that? Yeah, that's the right color. So I was like, is that pumpkin pie? Okay, so I'm going to use Stampin' Seal because it's a very strong adhesive and I love it. I absolutely love Stampin' Seal. And I know that my card won't fall apart if I use it. So, let me give you one tip with Stampin' Seal. Don't press hard. Do not press hard. And when you've done it and you think that you're not pressing hard and it's messing up, go back and don't press hard. And when you think you're not pressing hard, press even less. Like, it takes no pressure. And I know that I'm sounding really stupid right now, but I promise you, if you press hard on that thing, it will mess up. It gets all gunked up. You really don't need to press hard. Less is more, people. Less is more. Okay, so I'm going to put it on basic white. I need a thick piece of basic white. And I don't have one cut, so let's cut one. Now, you know, if you cut this right in half, 5 1/2, easy peasy, scored a 4 1/4. That's also in half. That's how you make your card base. And then you add it right to the front. Again, using your Stampin' Seal with no pressure. No pressure, watch. Like, I'm not even pressing hard. I'm just dragging it along here. That's all. No white knuckling it. Okay. And then we have to see, do we have the perfect embellishment for this? I don't even know. What kind of embellishment do we have for that? Let's think. What kind? We have champagne rhinestones. That might be pretty. We have opal rounds. That's it. These are it. And I know that they're not the right color because they're... What color is this? What color is it? It's pear pizzazz. What color is it? Right now it's yellow. It's pale papaya. But it works on this card. Don't tell anybody it's pale papaya and they will never know. Where do I want this other one? Down here? That's a pretty card. I don't care who you are. And again, remember I told you from the beginning, Sandra's not an artist at all. But this is not hard. This watercolor wash thingy. It's not hard. So, is this one dry enough? I really wish I could find a... So, I have so many things plugged in over here that I don't have a plug. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So, these guys... I'll show you what I'm going to do. These little guys... I'll show you all my extra pieces. See, I didn't throw away any of them. We have all the little extra pieces that I've cut. So this guy will go here, and this guy will go here, and I'll just trim the edges off. And then I'm going to layer it and make it a card, okay? So you'll see this card on my Facebook page. I'll post it there. But I can't do it yet because it's not dry. So it will have to sit and wait. See, here's one we made. This is watercolor paper. This is shimmery white. This is watercolor paper. And here's the boho-y one. See, I have to make these flat. And then use them. Okay? So I'll make these flat and make them into cards. And I'll put them on my Facebook page. Okay? So here's the card we finished. It's the only one we finished. But that's all I got. So try out the watercolor wash. Let me know what you think. Let me know what color combinations you come up with. I think they're all pretty. They all come out pretty. I mean, there's not one. This one is my least favorite, but you know, whatever. Maybe I'll cut it into slices and do something with it. But anyway, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Look at all them little hearts. I love you guys. Oh, wait. Let's talk about this just for a second. I know you guys have heard about this, but this month, through the end of May, we have the In Color addition to your starter kit. It does look a little similar to the Horizon paper, doesn't it? That wasn't my intention. So if you join now, join Stampin' Up, you get the best deal in the catalog, $99 for $125 worth of product, plus all of this product free in your starter kit. So if you want to know more about that, you can always ask me. I'd love to talk to you about it. And that's all I got. So let's, I'm going to go and I'll make cards out of these sometime and I'll post them on my Facebook page, okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much.